What is up, YouTube? Here we are in Familiar Planet. We're going to be doing Extreme Mode, and as you can see by the loadout, it's literally just Cooler and then as many support units as we can. Because this man, Cooler 7-star, is through and through just the best character for story mode, and it's not really fair. So, yeah, if you want to get Broly, I'd recommend getting this guy first. Like, if you're in a scenario where you have the Cooler 5-star and the Broly 5-star, 100% grind for Cooler first, and then worry about getting Broly. That way, you can easily tear through Familiar Planet Extreme, like you'll see in this video, and then you can get Broly after that, or Vegeta, or whoever else. Just Cooler is probably just the best 7-star to get first, because it allows you to grind for the others so much easier. He also makes doing Spirit and Season raids really, really easy. There's already a million guides on YouTube on how to beat those, so I'm not gonna bother making one. But I will make this one for Familiar Planet because I like playing story mode, and I will say something. I was going to try to beat the new story modes with Cooler. The problem is I forget which one it is. It's Super Mage or something like that. And basically what it is that there are like regions at Wave 1 that have stupid speed, and it's kind of impossible to kill them. So that's why I am not caught up to story mode yet, because I think you need to duo and then have both of the people like spam a bunch of coolers at Wave 1 in order to defeat those super fast regions. And I don't really have a duo partner for story mode, sadly. I would like to catch up, but maybe that'll come later when they nerf those regions or whatever else. But for now, we're just going to be focusing on Familiar Planet Extreme, because, you know, most people aren't even that high in story mode anyway. Because again, there isn't really a benefit to it. It's not like you get anything special besides just some decent reward units that you can evolve stuff with. So let's go ahead and put another cooler down. We can keep farming a bit. I'm going to put a cooler up at the front just so we get a little bit more money. And by a cooler, I mean like 3. There we go. Now with us getting all of this extra money, we can farm a bit more. So yeah, basically this is the strat. I don't need to like fully hold you guys' hand through this. It's kind of just do what you want with Cooler and bring whoever else. As long as you have a farm, Cooler, and like a buff unit, you should be chilling. You can also use Rayleigh or Brook, but I prefer Erwin because he's a lot cheaper in story mode, and he just leaves you with a lot of extra money to spend on like you know, like extra stuff. So yeah, that's why I recommend Erwin for stories instead of Brook or Rayleigh. I don't know why I was so slow on that, but we'll go ahead and take these guys up here and start upgrading them a bit, just for a little bit of extra damage. We are looking a bit frisky in the back here. That's not too good. I'm going to slap a couple of coolers down just to make sure we are absolutely stomping on everybody. And we are looking like the optimal farming is going to take place. If you don't know, the optimal farming is Wave 11. You get the 45k upgrade for Speedwagon. Or if you're like really cracked, you can actually get it on Wave 10 and then get the 69k on Wave 11. But if you don't do that, then getting the 69k upgrade just isn't worth it in general, so I wouldn't recommend that. I think what we're going to do is, instead of buying any Bulma upgrades, try to upgrade a cooler a bunch. Yeah, wait, how close are you to max in the front? Not really at all. But we can get close to maxing him, so that's fine. 2 more upgrades until he's, you know, you got the clones going out, and once you get the clones, it's kind of just easy. So just play to get the clones as soon as you can. We're done with him. Let's go ahead and get this clone upgrade here. And clones are out, which basically means we can do what we want. Let's farm a little bit, get our buffs set up, and I'll also get Blackbeard set up. Also, if you have a high level Erwin like me, you can do this, where you don't need to double upgrade both sets of Erwin. A little bit handy, but it doesn't really change too much. Since there are raid units, I'm going to put my Blackbeards in the front instead of like where I usually put them. And I should probably get Merlins out too, but I'm a little focused on getting these coolers up more than anything. Oh yeah, I have them in the back. Let's put Merlins about here, because I don't want them hitting my back Erwins. Do they hit the back Erwins? They get close, so let's make sure they're not doing that. I'm going to take a gamble and say that the clones will deal with all of this back here. If they don't, then I will be sad. Alright, so here we are coming back. We're going to buff again. Get the buffs rolling in, and put the rest of our coolers down. preferably quickly. Okay, so it looks like we took care of all the guys back there, which is really good. Didn't want to have to worry about them. And since we are looking a little scary here, I'm going to keep buffing. Just a couple more coolers till we got them all down. And yeah, I would definitely recommend getting cooler. Like if you're infinite mode, if you're even for infinite mode, he's all right. He's not gonna, beat the meta characters who are doing like millions of damage or whatever, but he is still decent for infinite, enough to where I believe you can get wave 80 on extreme with him with some supports. But yeah, he is mainly for stories and raids, so if you're a story and raid player like I am and don't really care that much about infinite, you definitely want to get this guy. And I was originally going to make this a video where it was just him and Speedwagon, but he couldn't quite do it. He did get close, he did get to wave 15, but there were just so many raid units that he couldn't do it. I think maybe if you didn't auto-skip, it could be possible, but even then, I don't really know. But we should be able to take this out with all these supports. And I do have Broly 5-star. I'll probably get him to 7-star and see, what I can do with him, if I can make any videos out of him. But yeah, as you can see, they're just ripping through, like, all of this HP. It does not matter how much they have. This is basically just canonical proof that Cooler is just better than his brother. I mean, his brother's right here, and I don't see, I don't see him, like, doing this much damage. Golden Frieza, unfortunately, did fall off compared to his brother. But, maybe eventually we'll get a Frieza 7-star whenever Black Frieza gets animated, from the recent chapters of Super. That would actually be pretty cool to see a 7-star Black Frieza. Maybe they'll do that, maybe they won't. They probably will, but it'll probably be years for that's animated anyway. Because they gotta get, like, through the Moro and Granola arcs in the first place, and then get the Black Frieza, which again, we've only seen for, like, one chapter. But it would be cool nonetheless. I don't know why they're, like, all just walking through the cloner. That is very weird, actually. I hope that doesn't mean we'll lose. Okay, there we go, he split. Yeah, sometimes you do run into glitches like that with road units. They kind of just walk through them. Yeah, like, he's just intangible, I guess. But yeah, here's the last Frieza. The other one's long dead. They're just doing their damage. He has like about 50 mil left. No point to keep buffing because they're all out of their range, but why not? And boom. 425 seconds. You can absolutely speed through Familiar Planet Extreme Cooler. 100% recommend this guy for grinding. And yeah, that is the video.